Because these days in Nigeria, we feel that girls don't want broke guys.
I think
Sometimes that's not
thing,
the issue.
No.
If you're telling a girl, babe, I'm broke, please give her a good reason as to why you are broke. Now, it is left for this woman to understand, or if you're going to be with a woman, be sincere. Be sincere 100. Don't impress. See, I know you want to impress your woman. It's good. But don't overdo it. As we need to know that there's a difference between a good man and a God man, right? Okay. You can actually be a good man and not be a God man. And you can actually be a God man and not be a good man.
But there's no way you can be a God man and not be a good man. Because God is the one.
You can.
I just gave you one of the best recipe in the whole world.
Yeah, recipe.
Adding garlic and ginger to egg sauce and fry plantain. You call my plantain.
You did not fry.
No.
You really fried it. In fact, you fry and dry. Let me put that.
But it was nice.
Who prepares egg and plantain like that for you?
But the plantain.
You prepared plantain chips. That's not the
but
type
don't you
if
like?
Give me fleshy plantain. At least plantain we get. You don't know.
But some parts that
the one where they go buy for food store for where they sell food. Now like that they fry that thing, give you go collect.
But you at the niche you were saying the food was nice.
No, wow. I said your egg was nice though, but when I saw garlic and ginger inside, I was like, wow.
Okay. See, but I was the one that told you garlic and ginger. Not.
There are some recipes that are unique to your taste. To be sincere, there are things you personally do that are not general. Like now, when you're talking about the fact that some people like onion, to see onion in their food. If you notice it, not everybody likes it. So it's not a general recipe. It's not general. Okay. If you're cooking, you know that anybody can come and buy this food.
Oh, yeah.
You will not slice onion like that because you don't. So you're trying to be neutral on a neutral ground. You see them, you know, see them, you still chop them. You get the point?
I do.
So what I'm saying is that thing you fried as plantain was plantain chips. And your garlic and ginger recipe inside egg is unique to your taste. Yeah. You should have asked me if I was okay with it.
That was my mistake. Exactly. That was my bad. I'm sorry.
But I chop I mean no bless I no chop. Okay. I don't feel waste your efforts now.
You should have wasted it. I would have just.
I don't waste. I don't waste your effort. If
no. You should have just say, oh man, I don't. It's part of being real. Like
I'm telling you
that don't try to like fake.
I did not fake it.
Like, but you said it. You are making videos like, man, who does garlic?
You don't even know sarcastic videos.
So
did you see when I was saying? In fact, now I'm eating plantain chips and egg. It is so nice.
I was the one.
Did you understand? I was saying the opposite to an extent.
So that was being sarcastic. Is that it's not part of it? That was all a lot, man. I didn't know. Well done. So
you're welcome.
Let's back to what we were saying. We were talking about like you said
if marriage fulfills you or not.
Like I asked what's the definition of enjoyment in marriage? You said you want to enjoy your marriage. Okay. I asked you, have you been married before?
I said no.
But you said you've been married, like you've seen. So what have you seen that made you?
Okay, for some marriages that I've seen so far, it just feels like when you have nothing as a woman, and you come into that marriage, it feels boring. Like the next thing you're thinking of is how you want to stay in the house, take care of kids. It's like you're 24 hours. It's just taking care of kids. And even the least you not even think of is opening a store. Which depends on the man. Yeah. Because you have nothing. The man can either decide to open this store for you or not. Now, it's a different ball game when from day one you have something you're doing even before going into the marriage. So there's something. You have to be mentally stable, or let me put it, mentally mature, physically mature, emotionally mature, financially mature, spiritually mature to go into marriage. Okay. If you're going to enjoy your marriage. Okay. At least on your own, try to be independent as a woman.
Not dependent on the
Yes,
man.
don't be 100% dependent on that man. There are some men that don't even have respect for their woman just because they provide every single penny you need. Even to buy bra, to buy pants. Okay. You're collecting every dime. I should be able to go out and I see these suits that I like and I'm like, oh gosh, this will look good on my husband. Yeah. And I pay from my pocket.
I think that was good.
I should be able to go out and I see this dish and I'm like, let me give him a surprise. Okay. From my pocket. You get? I should be able to go out, see things and be like, oh, this one will look good on my kids. Get it? You know what I'm trying to say?
No.
At least, by the time you're bored, you now, that's when you now see that the man does not really have your time. That's when you're saying stuff like he's too busy. Because he leaves the house in the morning, comes back in the night, you'll get tired now. The kids will sleep.
Okay.
They'll watch movie, they'll sleep.
And when the man
At some
comes
point, you're on
back-
your own.
And when the man comes back, you start dishing out
When
responsibility.
you're occupied, I'm not saying be too busy that you don't have time for your kids or for your marriage. Find a way to balance it, because nothing is good to be consumed in excess. There's a place for moderation. So if you're going to get anything going, try to make it balanced. Don't do it in a way that your kids now suffer just because you're an independent woman. It doesn't make sense that way. Try to find a balance for your husband.
I understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like you don't need to experience a thing. You don't need to really experience suffering for you to be able to, tell people. There are some things you can learn
Exactly.
before people say you don't know what I've gone through, and sometimes because we don't have mentors in those areas, that's why we suffer a lot, because there are some people who have gone through what you want to go through. Bible says there's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
There's nothing new, so you can actually learn from people who have experienced those things.
And the people you see around
and people
you,
you see around, and they
precisely.
kind of like, I always have this, I don't know, I had this thing I always say, I've been saying that thing to myself, like, okay, if you don't learn, if you don't grow, maybe it depends on the kind of, maybe financial, if you don't grow your mental state, you don't grow your financial state, so you will become an example. Maybe you're rich or poor, you're an example to people already.
Yeah.
You understand? Even when you see someone that is, that has a mental issue on the road, it's an example for people. You will tell people,
Yeah,
that guy
somebody
smoke
talks about you one
makes,
way or the
yeah,
other.
like he smoke weed. That's why he's the guy and stuff like that. So we can actually learn from people. So back to what we're saying now. What is I want to really know.
My own idea of enjoying my
What
marriage.
is the definition? I think was it the first question I asked you?
What's my idea of enjoying
Definition,
a marriage?
yes. What's I will know the definition of you enjoying the marriage.
Yeah.
Is it by traveling to Dubai?
Part of it.
Is it by having children?
Part of it.
What is? Tell me.
Okay. First of all,
and another question: what is your definition of a good man?
my definition of a good man. Which of these questions should I?
Okay, let's start with what's the definition of a good man?
Okay. First, we need to know that there's a difference between a good man and a God man, right?
Okay.
You can actually be a good man and not be a God man, and you can actually be a God man and not be a good man.
But there's no way you can be a God man and not be a good man. Is that
Excuse
because God is the one.
You can, excuse me.
God
you
is the
can
one.
pray, you can pray in tongues. Do you know the gift
doesn't
of God?
make you a
Calm
God
down.
man.
The gift of God comes without repentance. Do you know that there are people that have the ability, like this prophecy gift,
Yeah.
and yet their attitudes suck? It doesn't mean God will take it away from you. Do you get my point?
You're making a point from that, but I don't think being a God man. Okay, there was
Do you
this
know
story
you can
of
you,
a,
wait?
okay, there was this story in the Bible. I just want to sorry,
Okay.
because there's this story of a guy in the Bible that said, "All my life I've kept the law."
Was it Job?
The rich man that came to Jesus, that
Okay,
what shall I
okay,
do to you?
okay.
Everything. He was a good man,
Yeah.
but when Jesus gave you an instruction, he said, "Sell all what you have."
He was a good man and not a God man.
Yeah. So
He was
I
a
get
good
you.
man,
You're
not
making
a
a
good
point.
man.
Yeah, you got that.
So yeah. So back to what I'm saying is
Yes.
being good. Now there's something called humanity. That's where being good comes from. Even before your Christianity. Goodness has to do with humanity.
Yeah.
What do you feel when you're around people?
Yeah.
Without being a Christian, how do you perceive people? How do you see people? How do you treat people?
Yeah.
Now, if I'm going to get married to a man that I want, I'm saying, okay, being a good man is a criteria for me. You have to be kind. When I'm talking about being kind, not just to me,
Okay.
I have to see that you're kind to people around you.
Of course.
Because if it's just me, maybe you're just doing it because you want to get me or you like me.
To impress.
So
you.
I want to see it as a general thing. You see, kindness is a number one criteria for me.
There's this thing, I think Bishop Jake says something. Say, the true test of character is not how you treat me because you can be very nice to me.
Yeah.
A true test of character is how you treat people you don't think you need.
Yeah. And being a good man to me is being open.
Okay.
Now,
Openness in what?
in this sense, let me say, if you're saying to me, because these days in Nigeria, we feel that girls don't want broke guys.
I think
Sometimes that's
the
not
thing,
the issue.
That's no.
Sometimes that's not
It's just
basically
it's
the
just
issue.
about how we delineate, how we view the like. you see, I think that's what a lot of guy goes into these internet scouts because they want to show. They
Okay, now
want,
let me say.
and most of the time they want to impress. Like that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me say something.
Mm.
Now, if you're telling a girl, babe, I'm broke, please give her a good reason as to why you are broke. Now, it is left for this woman to understand or not to understand you. You don't just say I'm broke to a girl and you're not talking about your finances. Now, babe, I need to know if I'm helping you manage your finance or helping you plan. What are we saying? If there's a future in this thing, we need to plan.
But it's not all girls that understand this what you say because of the level of word of the training, the relationship you have with God. That's why you say what you say. So everybody that has this thing,
But I'm putting it to all guys out there.
I want to chop your money.
No. I am putting it out to guys out there. If you're gonna be with a woman, be sincere. Be sincere 100. Don't impress. See, I know you want to impress your woman. It's good, but don't overdo it. At some point, you need to. Okay, now I saw this movie. The girl said she needed 2 million naira to go to Dubai, and this guy, instead of telling this girl that he doesn't have the money, which the girl was ready to understand, what he did was to steal from the company.
Just to impress the girl.
And I saw in a mental blacklist.
What is your club? Sorry, because you need to.
Manchester United.
Better come to Liverpool.
I don't hear. I did it for now. I'm lawyer. For now.
And that's why they keep beating you guys. Go ahead with your story.
So, this guy lost his job. He was blacklisted. No company could hire him.
Because of
what he
his past
did.
credits.
And the girl was like, guy, you should have told me this was the situation. I was willing to understand.
So what happened eventually?
So what I'm trying to say is, some guys don't say it. Sometimes you want to impress the girl or you just tell her, I don't have it. I will not understand you that way.
Maybe the guy was trying to reject. You don't know the past experience the guy has with women. Sometimes those guys, when you've been trying and there's a lot of turn down, you now come at a level of like, I want to. You always try to impress the
So, okay, criteria for me is you have to be kind, you have to be open. I have to know you are open. Okay. You have to be open with me.
Free training.
Yeah.
It's free training. Yeah, go ahead. Open now.
What am I supposed to be doing?
I will show you what to do. I will tell you what to do.
Okay. So you have to be open with me, and are you sure I'll be able to pay attention to this?
Just keep talking.
Okay, it's going to be a problem for me.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Just keep watching.
Okay, so for me, you have to be open. You have to be godly. When I'm saying godly, you might not be praying in tongues, but at least believe in the things of God. Not when I'm doing the things of God, you are looking at me like some alien.
Yeah.
I wouldn't appreciate that.
I think I actually left one lady because anytime I always say when she's having issues, when I say in Jesus' name, sometimes you will now say, why do you always mention Jesus?
Wow.
It was a turn off for me. Like, what do I know past Jesus?
Is she Antichrist?
I don't know. Like, it was just a turn off for me. And I think when I had when we went out, like, I think it was how many months ago? It was when I got to Port Harcourt. She was like, it was. I had it like you just know something within that. I just know like something told me we are not compatible. I just knew. Because it was just like when I said Jesus, it was just say like she wants to change the conversation. She just wants to change the conversation. Man, it's just like so when you're talking about now, you say must be godly.
Yeah.
It's very, very important because it's one of your value system.
Yeah.
It's part of my value system. Christ is my value. It's not my number one. Like
they say a house that is divided against
yeah. So we need to have this value because when it comes, It's not about sorry. I don't want to like for me. This is kind of my like 13 to 14 years I stopped using drugs. I don't use drugs. So I'm not against people using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe, but it's just like I just know that himself took my pharmacy. It's not that I don't feel like having a symptom of this, but if I maybe down, don't recommend drugs for me. Just lay hands and pray for me. So I prefer you pray and just read the scriptures. Himself took my infirmity, the testament that I need to obtain peace, my well-being was slain upon by his stripes and with you. So I just like it's a value for me because I know that this is like it is well proven for what several years. So it's part of a value system. But I'm not against you if you say you use something. I will gladly take you to the hospital. While I'm praying for divine healing to happen, we'll also be using the medication.
Yeah,
So
even the hospital exists for a
yeah,
reason.
yeah, it was God something. So
Okay, so back to what I was saying.
yeah.
He has to, even if he has to
You have
be
to have money.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm saying comfortable, you don't necessarily have to be a billionaire.
Yeah, you have to have
You
money.
have to be comfortable. Now you have to, you need to have this vision. I'm saying, even if you don't currently have the money the way I want it currently, I'm saying that this guy has a vision. There is where he's going to. He's not reluctant. He's resilient. He's not lazy.
It's
I'm seeing it. You have a vision and you're working towards it. You're not just talking.
you're
You're
not just
pushing.
talking, you're
I want to
doing.
see you push. So I know that my future is secure
Just
with
like
you.
you don't push today. You hit head my head
I
and you
pushed.
call.
I pushed. At least I pushed
You
to
hit
1
my egg. You
p.m.
call my egg.
1
plantain-
p.m. Is that why you gave me
plantain-
ginger?
plantain
I should have. I shouldn't have. I should have continued pushing.
Oh yeah, continue. You are the one when you see egg in the kitchen. Ojo,
Is it? Why did I? Voila, nah, agree. Okay, so you were asking me. What was the second question again?
I have forgotten.
You said the idea of enjoying a marriage,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. I want a home where I don't need vacation from. Let me
Alright,
explain it to
okay,
you.
I'm listening.
Like, I want to enjoy my marriage in the sense that.
I'm listening. Don't mind me playing game.
Oh, okay. If I want to leave Nigeria on vacation, I should be able to.
By yourself.
No, with my family.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, my husband has to agree as well. I should be able to make some provision without my husband contributing to it. I should have my free will.
Yes.
I don't always have to talk about every single penny, every single dime.
They're not. What do you mean by I don't have to like explain myself? I think in marriage you will stay single because in marriage you have to talk about it. I think you have to
No.
talk
Of course, we have to talk about the necessary things. There are some few things that are not really, really necessary that I should handle.
Yeah, like you just feel like, do you need to ask me for it? You know, now just do
There's
it.
some few things I just need to handle. And I told myself that I want this marriage where I don't want to call it 50-50, but I want a kind of marriage where we have this partnership sense. We both work together to achieve something.
All right.
Yeah, we working together. I don't mind if we have a joint account where we pay in money together for future purpose. Probably want to get a land, want to get a house, want to pay the school fees, want to pay the rent. Even though we still maintain our separate accounts, at least let's have that one account that talks about the family and the family alone. Makes provision for the family.
And you will have your own personal account
Yeah, of
where
course,
you can
I
take
will
money
st-
from
yes.
without
Yes.
the consent of your
Yes,
husband. If
now
you want to buy
about to give
something,
my family and all of that. Of course, I should be able to make provision
like,
for that. Send my kids to a good school.
so that's a good one. How many kids do you intend to have to have?
3 is okay for me. 3 that I will have and train them well. Standard. I
What
want
is
to give better kids everywhere that I cannot
what
cater
is
for.
your, what is your